Today we're going to talk about how to discover what you want. Your desires are responsible not only for your expansion, but for the expansion of this universe. You are coming to preferences all day, every day. For most of you, this is a subconscious process. But those people who enjoy the most happiness in this life make this subconscious process a conscious one. The people who get what they want take the time to figure out what they want first. There is a reason why, when you sit there in your aspect of I don't know what I want, that you don't get the answer. It's because you can't be vibrating at the same frequency as a question and be a match to the answer. Every time we focus on I don't know what I want, what is it that I need to have in my life? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? The answer to those questions can't participate in your reality. You are literally preventing them by activating only the vibration of not knowing. For this reason, you need to work your way into knowing first before you get the answer to what you really want. The fastest way to do this is to begin to visualize what it might feel like to have the answer. So when you lose your keys, what might it feel like to find those keys? When you don't know what you want, what might it feel like to know what you want? What might it feel like to know what your purpose is? Pay attention to your internal monologue that's in a panic mode, that continues to reinforce the idea that you don't know what you want. Shift those thoughts to potentially knowing what you want. Shift those thoughts to letting go of the need to know. Because you can't get this wrong. As you're living your life, you are coming to preferences, whether you know it or not. And those preferences are causing the expansion of the universe, and that's the reason you came here in the first place. So whether you know what you want or you don't know what you want consciously, the universe is getting the message and expansion is occurring. Play the game of what don't you want. Many of you may not know what you want, but you definitely have a feeling of resentment or resistance within you. And what that is you paying attention to what you don't want. So pay attention to what you don't want. And then play a game of opposites. Once you figure out what you don't want, spin it around and figure out what the opposite of that would be for you. Now, the opposite of what that would be for you might not be the most obvious answer. For example, if you say, I don't want to be sick, the opposite of that might not be, I want to be well. It might want to be, I want to have enough trust in my body to know that regardless of what happens to it, it is always in alignment with health. Take time to figure out why things really bother you. My core belief exercise, which I demonstrated in the shadow work video, is a really good one to use for this. If you figure out the details of why you don't like what it is that you don't like, that will give you a more accurate idea about what it is that you actually do want. Begin mentally playing out how something could change. So if you start with the aspect of, I don't like the job that I'm in, start playing out what it might look like if it would improve and continue to improve and continue to improve. When you're playing out this visualization of improving whatever it is that you don't like, ask yourself what would be better. Now that might look like a new scenario in your mind, and then ask what would be better than even that. You want to continue following this until you get to what seems like the best possible scenario for you. And that's what you really want. It is best when trying not to limit the universe to work in terms of essence and not details. Instead of focusing on the details of your current job and using them to try to figure out the details of your next one, focus on the feelings. What does your current job feel like emotionally? Are you inspired? Or are you bored? Are you happy there or are you angry? Do you feel powerless? It doesn't matter why you feel the way that you do. You just want to identify those negative feelings. And now you can use that list to figure out what you'd like to feel. I'd like to feel inspired. I'd like to feel excited. I would like to feel as if I'm a contribution at my job. Perhaps what you want is a job that allows you the freedom to be with your family more. Perhaps you want a job that makes you feel more free. Do you feel insecure in your current job? Then most likely what you want is a job that makes you feel secure. We could consider this a pivoting exercise. Figuring out very accurately what I don't want helps me to know what I do want. And once I know what I do want, I can focus in the direction of that. Have the guts to ask yourself, what do I want? For most of you who are asking this question, you have lived a life where it's been proven to you again and again that life is not about what you want. It's about what you should be doing. It's about making the other people in your life happy. This could not be farther from the truth. But if you've been living that kind of life, there's a high likelihood that you haven't even asked yourself at this point, what is it that I want? Play a game of no limits. Pretending that this universe could become exactly what you want in the best case scenario, a Disneyland type of scenario. Now take out a paper and I want you to write down, I want, ... Now with the hand that you don't usually write with, I want you to begin writing anything that comes to your subconscious mind. Any thought that pops up, just write it down without judgment. It doesn't matter how ridiculous this seems. Once you're done with that exercise, at the bottom of the page, I want you to ask yourself this question. If I could do or be anything in this life, anything at all, what would I want to do or be? Once you've done these exercises, which I have previously explained, I want you to ask yourself why you want these things which you've discovered that you want. Why is one of the most valuable questions in the universe. It pulls you into the vibrational vicinity of what it is that you want. And you might be surprised what it is that you really want. For example, we could start with I want a new job. If you ask why I want a new job, the answer could be, so I like what I'm doing for a living. We could ask, why would you want to like what you're doing for a living? The answer could be, because I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel good about myself in this scenario is the root desire. You have whittled down your desires to the root, which is, I want to feel good about myself. Make a list of absolutely everything that makes you feel good, that makes you feel passion or joy. On this list, we want everything, however big or small, to be on it. So things as big as I love falling in love, and things as small as I love the way it feels when my shoes really fit. When you take time to really pay attention to how you feel and the things which make you feel good, you will become closer to the answer to what I want in my life, because your purpose is always in tandem with what you feel joy and passion doing.